Welcome to Khader Nawaz Khan Road Discovery Trail, a self-guided tour amidst trees, cafes, and friendly fellow pedestrians. In one of Chennai's oldest neighborhoods lies a quirky street that shares its name with a historic figure from the 1800s. Khader Nawaz Khan was not only a civil servant of the British East India Company. He also went on to become a philanthropist with a residence in Nungambakkam. It's only befitting that this upscale street carries his name till date. Welcome to Khader Nawaz Khan, pedestrian first high street, Chennai's most prominent commercial street, now with a brand new makeover. My name is Varsha and I will be your walking guide for today. Join me in uncovering the big and small details that went into making this project one of Chennai's most awaited pedestrian plazas. Before we jump into the nitty-gritties, let's start with the most essential question. Why was a makeover necessary? And why now? Chennai's newest mobility plans are gearing up the city towards a non-motorized transport future. What is that, you ask? A non-motorized transport or NMT strategy puts walking and cycling at the heart of all city mobility plans. KNK Road's much-needed transformation falls in line with Chennai's ongoing efforts to prioritize pedestrians over cars and long-term resilience over short-term convenience. The journey towards this goal, in fact, began in 2020 with the launch of the Complete Streets program by the Greater Chennai Corporation or the GCC. This program sets out to transform arterial roads across Chennai into vibrant, inclusive and resilient streets, targeting neighborhoods such as Anna Nagar, 𝗪𝗏𝗿, Nungambakkam, Mylapore, 𝗪𝗏𝗿 and Adayar. Oh, and fun fact, KNK is the first of its kind to be completed, and there are going to be more such streets. In 2025, GCC allocated a budget of 200 crore rupees to upgrade and lay 200 kilometers of footpaths along bus route roads. The city's NMT strategies have laid the foundation for improving not just KNK Road, but many more in the future. Now, what are the efforts that go into realizing such a vision? After all, KNK Street took over 2 years to transform. So I know you're curious to know what went behind the scenes. Take a moment to think about your last visit to KNK. You might have dropped by to visit your favorite cafe or bookstore and likely had to dodge a parking mess. Or you might have had to frantically cross the road amidst passing cars. To reclaim the streets for pedestrians, a complete street was the need of the hour. Which brings us to the question, what makes a street complete? A complete street is one which caters to all its users. When everyone can use a street safely, comfortably and conveniently, no matter their age, ability or how they choose to travel. Be it the nurse walking to the hospital, the child going to school, or the motorist heading to work. So, how did KNK do this? The newly laid footpath beneath us carries on with an unobstructed width of 1.8 to 2 meters all along both sides of the road. The carriageway, or the actual cobblestone road, is 4.5 to 5 meters in width along the stretch. This ensures all users, be it the shoppers on foot or those behind the wheels, have their own space to commute in. A complete street also needs to be a safe street. You might have noticed that new street lights have been installed. Previously, the older lights were blocked by trees, but the new design ensures sufficient lighting and improved visibility for all users. Complementing these safety upgrades is the significant reorganization of street space. Until about 3 years ago, this very street was known for being chock a block with parked cars dotted with two-wheelers and with barely any space for people to walk, let alone sit and rest. It was clear that motorists had hogged down enough limelight. Now, parking on KNK has been reorganized to improve the overall safety and visibility for pedestrians. Notice the corner of Wallace Garden's 2nd Street. Take a look at the new electric ring main units, or RMUs, on the footpath. What were once bulky eyesores have now been installed with view cutters to improve the appearance of this street corner, letting the street itself take center stage. So far, we've talked a lot about prioritizing pedestrians and improving walkability. But why is this even necessary? Creating a walkable city is one of the most effective ways of reducing carbon dioxide emissions and therefore pollution levels. Where there are more walkable streets, people have an incentive to ditch their personal vehicles and stroll around for daily tasks. But we root for pedestrianization for another very critical reason. It creates safe space for social interactions to blossom. Think of the energy and social buzz on Chennai's beaches. The KNK project brings the same spirit to a smaller 600-meter stretch. In line with this strategy, this part of the road has been fully redesigned with cobblestones and 15 new shaded seating areas. While the cobblestones added much-needed grace and visual appeal, they also help lower vehicle speeds on the road. The facelift at KNK Road has been envisioned to be a place where life spills out onto the street. With the kiosks and street furniture, the new street layout offers a great space for youngsters and the elderly alike to hang out. You may think that the KNK pedestrianization project was a cosmetic one, with efforts made to make the street look and feel better. But in addition to the many alterations, additions and subtractions that we have observed so far on our work, the most important changes to the street remain hidden from your sight. An important feature of the Complete Streets framework adopted by the GCC for this project is the reorganizing of underground utilities. But what's that, you may wonder? This means that all the things typically beneath the road, like stormwater drains, telecom cables, water pipelines, gas lines, etc., are efficiently moved from under the road into openable ducts below the footpath. What this ensures is that when it's time for repairs and maintenance in the future, there's no need to dig up the entire road but simply open the duct on the footpath for repairs. Another hidden feature of this project is how part of the Nungambakkam Canal was reclaimed from obstructions at this very spot. In the 2023 Chennai floods, a part of the Khader Nawaz Khan Road faced flooding and waterlogging, and the reason in part lies right below. In the ground beneath us runs the Nungambakkam Canal, which until very recently was encroached and obstructed. Now, these blockages in the canal have been cleared and utilities have been redesigned to accommodate a larger volume of stormwater. Such a strategy ensures the resilience of urban infrastructure on the street for at least the next 30 years. On this walk, we witnessed several improvements to the street. Wider and more accessible footpaths, improved street lighting and furniture, efficient services both above and below the ground, and better integration of kiosks. Aside from these improvements, the real stars of the street are its trees. Knowing full well that these trees have made Nungambakkam the green neighborhood that it is today, GCC has made sure to protect the greenery on this stretch during the extensive revamp. And a fun fact here, these street-side trees and plants are surrounded by porous paver blocks at their root base. This ensures the seepage of rainwater into the ground, keeping the plants healthy and vibrant. And that's the end of our trail. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again soon.